Okay, team. I have not seen an update. I'm double checking once more to make sure that I give you guys the most current information. We have not been updated on gummies. Okay, there's no new updates for you on gummies. I don't know if they're gonna tell us. I don't know if we're just gonna go to place an order and it's gone. Like, I don't know, guys. This is crazy exciting times, right? So your guess is as good as mine. But I did hear, even though, so if you look on your website, you'll see the products that are a part of pick two, pick three, say pick two, pick three underneath the picture of it, and above the pricing. They removed that from gummies, but you can still put the code in and get it. I don't know how long that's going to last. So I'm not really making it like a big known thing when I'm talking to people about the gummies, but like I had somebody today message me and ask me how much it was for coffee and gummies. So I gave her just like regular pricing, right? She can get the pick two on the coffee. So that was $69, but then I gave her the $39.95 pricing for the gummies. So I said altogether it'd be $108. She gets free shipping then. So I said, I'll cover your shipping. And she was like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna, I don't think I can afford that. And I was like, okay, no worries. I said, let's just do the gummies for now. And so when I was entering the gummy order, I said, oh my gosh, you got selected for a secret offer. I can actually add the coffee on. First, you can do all three, the coffee gummies, month's worth of each for 89 instead of 108. Do you want to do that? And she still said no, thank you, but that's kind of how I'm going to handle it right now, right? So for right now, if they want to add additional products on, I'm going to give them that full price upsell that I updated for you guys in Boards. So Boards is completely updated, other than I got to fix the wraps. I forgot about fixing the wraps, Janessa. So help me remember that if I don't get it done. But Boards is completely updated, you guys. So you have the new pricing in there for upsell. So the price of the gummies has not changed. And they can still do when you click on gummies, you have the option to do one bottle for $39.95 or two bottles for $69. They were saying that they were going to remove it from pick two, pick three, so that you couldn't combine like gummies and TFX and get those for $69. Or like I said, the gummies and the coffee and get the three for $89. Like you could do the two items for $69 like you normally would, but then you would pay full price for the gummies. So that's what was supposed to happen. Like I said, there's a glitch right now, or something. I don't know what's going on. So what my recommendation for you guys would be, if you have somebody who's ordering gummies, give them you'll see there's like in Boards, there's two options. There's regular pricing or pick two, pick three upsell. You'll see both of those upsell. Use the pick two, pick three upsell because I updated it with products that are available on pick two, pick three. And so it's giving them an upsell for two products on pick two. So 69 for those products. And then the gummies for 39. So it's going to make it 108. Okay. So give them that. If they say no to that and you go into place the order, I would not do it until you go to place the order and make 100% sure that it's still working. But if you were to put those three in the cart, enter code save now, if it gives you the $89 pricing, then just send them a message and say, oh my gosh, a secret offer popped up and you can actually get all three of those products for 89 instead of 108. Do you want to do that? Does that make sense, you guys? So that's how I recommend doing this while it's on. I didn't, Kylie, because you guys don't have gummies. So because Canada doesn't have gummies, I didn't mess with your guys' Boards pricing because I figured there wasn't anything I needed to adjust because it's just the gummies that they're pulling off of pick two, pick three for right now. So if you guys missed it, we basically what is happening is the ingredients that we use for the slimming gummies, because of the pandemic and where some of the ingredients come from, there's a shortage on those ingredients. I don't know what ingredients they are. I don't know where they come from, but I know that like wherever they're coming from, they don't have access to them or something. I don't know. All I know is that there's a shortage on the ingredients. It has to do with the pandemic. And because of that, they were talking about having it after today not being available as a brand new purchase for a new customer. So the only way that you would be able to get it would be if you were a current customer and putting it on auto ship. So anybody who's already in the system with it has nothing to worry about. They're going to get them on next month on their auto ship and the month after. If people don't get their order in the next few days, there is, or I mean, I've been telling people like today, like they've got to get it in today. And honestly, I keep expecting that it's just going to like disappear off the website for new customers. So if you have somebody who wants to order, like get them ordering today. And that's why if you guys saw on the team page, I did that message, like that follow-up message for you guys in the comment section of that video saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know that these are about to like not be available for new people to purchase. Do you want to go ahead and get your order in? It's worded differently, but that's the gist of it, right? And the reason that we're doing that is because last I heard yesterday on the VIP Zoom, they told us that worst case scenario, they're going to discontinue brand new purchases of them. So if you have them on an auto ship, you're totally fine. And it sounds like if you're a current customer, there's a possibility of you still being able to do like a one-time order of the gummies. But it was a lot of, we don't know what's happening. Cami said that they were throwing out a Hail Mary in hopes of getting a hold of some kind of ingredient or some alternative that works in the meantime so that we can continue to sell the gummies. But they weren't going to know anything until today. Assuming they didn't hear anything today because they're very good at keeping us up to date with what's going on. So, so that's kind of what's going on with gummies. And so that's when you guys are asking and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on because they haven't told us anything. And I truly believe they haven't told us anything because they don't know anything. So I would just say, guys, if you have people who have been thinking about getting the gummies, use this to your advantage and follow up with them. I had 3 people place orders with me today because I sent them a follow-up message saying, hey, gummies are gonna be sold out potentially by tonight. If you wanna get them ordered now because we're looking at not having them available for purchase for new customers for about 2 months. Like, so if they wanna get their summer goal body, they gotta get it ordered now. Otherwise they're gonna be starting on their body in the summer. With the gummies. So, so there's verbiage in the team page if you guys need it. It's in the comments of yesterday's live that I did. So if you go to yesterday's Sprint to Presidential update, you'll see it in that video in the comments. Guys, I know some of you guys can't because some of you guys have messaged me and told me, but if you can you turn your cameras on for me, please? There's only like 4 of you guys, 5 of you guys with your cameras on. There was one other thing I was going to add to that. What was it? Shoot. I don't know. So that's why you saw like a mad dash for gummies today by some of us. So that's what was going on. Let me check the chat because I think someone asked something and I don't know. Yes, welcome, Melissa. Melissa is a brand new distributor, you guys. So welcome her. This is her first team Zoom. Like, guys, she joined, I think, Monday. So she's like brand new with us. So I'm so proud of you, Melissa, for being on this Zoom because sometimes it takes people a little bit to hop on these with us. So give me 1 second because there's a lot going on in my Push to Presidential chat and they might be talking about gummies. So because sometimes these girls have better connections than I do. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just a lot of conversations. Okay. Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure because some of those girls have connections, like their ambassadors are like, I don't know, they have crazy connections with who their upline is. So, so I just gotta make sure that I'm not like, that would suck if we got off and then I was like, oh, I have gummies info for you guys. Okay. All right, guys, so that's all I wanted to talk about with gummies. I just want to make sure everybody understood what's going on with gummies, why we're like all over the place with it, not knowing. So, oh, that was the other thing I was going to say with gummies. What I am going to do, because I blasted all over my page that gummies were only going to be available through today. If they are still available tomorrow, I'm going to say, I'm going to like throw a post up saying something like, very, very limited supply. We ended up not, because I've been saying we are projected to sell out tonight. So that way, if we don't sell out tonight, I can still post tomorrow and I can say, we didn't quite sell out last night. Today is your absolute last chance. If you haven't gotten gummies, message me, comment below, whatever. I don't know. I'll write up a decent post for it. And then I'm not going to, even if we don't end up selling out, if they end up figuring it out with whatever this is, their Hail Mary is that they're doing, I'm just not going to post about gummies for a bit, and nobody's going to think anything of it. Okay. If I don't post about gummies for like a week or so, like this is if we don't sell out. Okay. I'm just not going to post about gummies for like a week or so. And then I'll just start posting about them again, and nobody's really even going to question it. So that's my plan. That's what I would recommend you guys do. If you've been saying, hey, we're going to sell out, we're going to sell out. If we don't end up selling out, just pull the reins back a little bit on the gummies, talk about other products for a week or two, and then you can go right back to your gummies. Okay. All right, you guys. So I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about, I know that because I've had some of you guys message me or just chat with me about how you feel like you're kind of stuck, or you're not getting ahead. You're not getting the results that you were hoping to get. And so Melissa, I know you're new, so I don't want this to scare you. Okay. So just know, like, this isn't really towards you yet, but just keep this in the back of your mind as you grow in your business. But I know a lot of you guys have been saying, like, I feel like I'm just not getting the results that I want, and I don't know what's going on. And you guys, sometimes we have such a love-hate relationship with our team chat and booming in there, right? Like, it's so fun to cheer our teammates on, but sometimes we can get caught up in comparing ourselves with the other people that are booming in there, right? Sometimes you have people who are just every single month consistent. Other times one person's having a really great month and it seems like all they're doing is booming. And sometimes it feels like you've had like 4 months of not being able to boom, and what the heck is going on? So number one, you guys, I don't want you comparing, okay? Everybody's journey is different. And I always talk about this, but I need you guys to hear me on this, okay? There are girls who have been in this business for way less time than I have that are way further ahead than I am. Cheyenne Knox joined this business like a year or 2 years after me, and she's about to go presidential in her 2.0. And for those of you guys who are new, when you join, you get to go to the top of the company and you go ambassador. When you go ambassador, they say, hey, you want to do it again? You keep this ambassador position, but you get to open a brand new slot and you can do it again. So you basically get to earn like twice the paychecks, right? Like you go to ambassador and then you start out and you go ruby, emerald, diamond, double. And so you get to make a lot of money. Okay. They just give you the opportunity to make lots and lots of money. Not a lot of companies give you that ability. So I think it's really cool that we allow our distributors to do that. So Cheyenne's already gone ambassador, and now her 2.0 is like getting ready to promote to Prez. Okay. That's massive. And here I'm trying to promote to Prez on my 1.0, and we're still like, we got to do some more work to get there. Okay. But I'm not comparing myself to Cheyenne. That's fine. That's her journey. It's not my journey. And so you have to be okay with your journey being your journey, and don't compare yourself to somebody else, because the thing is if I'm being real with myself, I could be where she's at if I devoted myself to the business like she has for the past 3.5 years. I'm not saying I haven't been devoted to my business, but I would say that I have had some major growth in this business probably in the last 1.5 years. I worked super hard to get to triple. Then I had Ashton, and I did what most moms would love to be able to do. Not every mom is able to do. I was able to take some time and just enjoy being a mom and focus on Ashton. And I worked, but I probably worked like an hour, maybe 2 hours a day. We're like, now guys, I'm working like 6 to 8 hours a day. Okay. Sometimes 10 hours a day. And you guys don't have to do that. Remember, not only is this my career, this is my full-time job, I also have massive goals in it. And so I know that I need to put in lots and lots of work right now. So I don't want you guys to hear those numbers and be like, holy crap, I don't have time for this. I had 2 jobs when I started this. I was a single mom when I started this. Like, you have time. Okay. You don't have to work the way that I'm working right now. But Cheyenne has probably been working that way since pretty much since she started, right? So I can't compare myself to her because we both have worked our businesses completely differently. She's worked at a much faster pace, so of course she's going to get there faster. So I don't want you guys sitting there comparing one person to yourself and, well, she has all these enrollments and I don't. It's none of your business what the other person has enrollment wise. As far as I want you to cheer each other on, but I don't want you to, well, how many enrollments does she have compared to me? Unless it's something that drives you and it's a friendly competition. because I know Jen Ernest and I kind of have a fun little competition that we go through to see who can enroll more LCs. And I found out she's a little bit ahead of me. So I poured a little more gas on my fire, and I'm trying to pass her because I'm not about to be passed up by somebody else. So, but like, that's fun between us. Like, if she passes me up, I do want her to pass me up, because honestly, guys, I want each of you to do better than me. But I'll be darned if I'm going to let it happen without me going down without a fight, right? But that's different. If you are looking at somebody else and you're like, holy moly, they are just so much better than I am, and I can't do anything, and I'm no good at this, and I'm a failure, and I'm this and I'm that. I don't want you guys doing that. Okay. You need to understand that you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Okay. You guys know, because I'm loud about it, but most of you guys are not up at 4 a.m. like I am. So I don't expect you to have the enrollments that I do. And I don't expect you guys to get up at 4 a.m. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what works for me in my business. And that's how I'm able to get my work done, is to get up early and put in a few hours worth of work before the kids even wake up, right? And some of you guys will stay up late, and guess what? I'm up late, but I'll tell you what, you guys, I get half the amount of work done when I'm up late working versus when I'm up early working. Okay. I'm almost useless late at night. It's almost laughable when I'm trying to get my work done late at night. But you guys might not be putting in the hours that I'm putting in. You guys might not be sending out the messages that somebody else is sending out. You guys might not be putting the time and effort into the posts that, like, writing the posts that other people are writing. Do you guys follow what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes for that person that's putting in a lot of enrollments. And what you really don't know is how long that's been going on. Okay. A lot of us, those of us who are putting in a lot of enrollments, we have been messaging for month after month after month after month. I have been doing host to post consistently for almost 3 years now, you guys. Of course it's going to work well for me, because I have been consistent for 3. If you guys are getting 10 to 15 posts up every single day, guess what? In 3 years, you're going to be enrolling people every single day, because you are being consistent and you constantly have people coming through. They talk about having people in that funnel, right? You're constantly putting people in your potentials. So there's always someone to talk to. But if you haven't, maybe you've only been consistent for 2 or 3 months, guess what, guys? I wasn't putting in enrollments like this when I was only consistent for 2 or 3 months with host to post. So give yourselves a little bit of grace. Give yourselves a little bit of understanding. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't judge yourself so much, and don't feel poorly about yourself, okay? Because each one of you have the ability to do exactly what you're watching your teammates do, but you have to have the patience for it. You can't expect that it's going to come overnight. And so one thing that I did want to show you guys, because I think sometimes you guys think it comes easy, and I want you guys to see just really how many messages I do send a day. And I know Jen got a little taste of it. Jen, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, but when I did Jen's social media takeover, for like 2 days afterwards, she kept saying, I can't believe how many messages you sent. And I was like, that's a normal day for me. It's not that I upped my output because I was on Jen's social media. That's just what I do every day. So I'm not tooting my own horn. I just want you guys to get an idea of what I do in order to have those enrollments. Let me turn my light away so you guys can see my screen. Oops, hold on. You're not going to see it if it's locked. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right? I know it's kind of hard. Let me see if I can find better lighting for it. Okay. So this is, guys, this is when I tell you I'm behind on messages, the blue dots, this is yesterday. These are people I still haven't even opened their messages yet. Okay. This is all yesterday. These are all the messages that I sent yesterday. Let's see where we're at. It ended. Oops, I went a little too far. Okay. It ended right here. Okay. Now this is Tuesday. Yeah, I'm still in Tuesday. Still in Tuesday. And then Monday starts right here. Okay. So does that give you guys an idea of, like, I'm sending a ton of messages every single day. Let me spotlight my video. So just remember that when you see like, is everyone's in? Did I do something? No one's running the microwave. I don't know what's going on. Are we good? Everyone looks like they're moving good on my end now. Are we good? No, we're not microwaving cookies. We best not be microwaving cookies. Guys, I actually did that once. I was like, why don't they have on this, like, it wasn't homemade cookies. It was like the refrigerated dough. And I was like, why does it give every way to bake them but in the microwave? Why can't you cook these in the microwave? Because you'll freaking burn the edges, you guys. I almost caught my microwave on fire trying to do it, okay? Don't do that. I learned my lesson. My house stunk for like a week. It was awful. So anyways, guys, I just want you to have an idea of, if you want to be putting in the numbers, that's a normal day for me. That's what messaging looks like every single day for me. And that is asking people to post for me. That is following up. That is asking people to join my team. That's messaging people who commented on maybe, a product post that I put in there. That's what those messages are. Okay. So just don't get stuck in comparison. Don't get stuck in comparison. I was talking with someone earlier today and I said, you have to be able to go to bed at night feeling proud of yourself and the work that you put in. And so if you know, I'm going to go to bed, there's nights, you guys, where I go to get in bed and I'm like, I sucked it up today. Now, when you tell yourself that, I want you to do something though. If you're like, okay, I'm done for the day. And you're like, man, I sucked today. I did not perform well for my business. I want you to stop and I want you to ask yourself, is that true? Because are you just being judgmental of yourself, or is it actually true? Because there are some days where it's actually true. There's other days where it's not that I sucked. I did the work. I just didn't enroll anybody because it just wasn't my day for enrolling, right? Like we all have it. And I was saying this earlier. I said, you can't control if someone's going to sign up. You can't control if they're going to send you the information. You can control how many messages you send, and you can control what you post. And there are things that you do have control over, but when it comes down to it, you cannot control whether or not somebody's going to enroll or send you their information or join your team. But you can control, let's be honest, we know that the more messages we send out, the better the odds are that someone's going to enroll, right? So you can control the amount of messages that you send, and you can control the time that you spend and if it's being spent working or scrolling, because we can all get lost in the scroll. Like each and every one of us is guilty at one point or another of getting lost in the scroll, right? So that's why I say when you're going to bed at night and you're like, wow, I sucked today, ask yourself, did I actually suck? Like, did I get lost in the scroll all day? And did I not really get my posts up? And did I not do host a post? And did I not message people? Or did I just not enroll anybody today? And guys, this is again where you have to have grace on yourself. Life is going to happen. Life is going to happen guys, there's going to be times where people, well, if you have kids, guys, your kids are going to wake up early, or your kid's going to be sick, or your kid's just going to be freaking nuts that day. And you can't spend more than 2 seconds looking at your phone, because while you're looking at your phone, your daughter is eating your diamond earring or eating sugar out of the bag, or like, these are real life things, guys. Okay. Anybody who knows me and my child knows this is stuff that's actually happening at my house. So, or in Steph's case, throwing everything in your bathroom into the toilet. Yeah, I haven't forgotten that one, Steph. Trust me, the bathroom doors are always closed here because I am not about to deal with that. So there's days where you just like, things are just going crazy. Hang out the stairs over the kitchen. Exactly. Like there's days where sometimes things are just completely out of control. You have no control over it, and you might not get the work done that you want to get done. But what you can do, guys, is every single one of you, no matter how crazy, ridiculous your day is, you can each send 25 messages throughout the day asking people to post for you. That is a conceivable thing to do. We have the script already, so it's pretty easy to just boom, 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 send 5 out at a time, 5 times that day, okay? You can get a few hosts to post up. And guess what? When you get host to post up, and this is why I just freaking love host to post, you guys, if you get 5 hosts to post up and each of those people has a network of, even if they only have a network of 100 people, that's 500 people who were exposed to your business today, even though you were caught up with doing things with your kids or dealing with, you know, whatever with your spouse or illness in the family or whatever you have going on. Like, you know, everybody's got stuff that just pops up that you are not expecting. You guys know my grandpa's health is always all over the place. And so that's sometimes can totally throw things off for me. So that's the kind of stuff that you can control. And obviously you don't want to have a day after day after day like that. But that's the beauty of this business, is that you are allowed that grace to give your family and your life the time that is needed when you are going through something and when something does pop up. And so that's why I say, after I had Ashton, I did, guys, I took time. I still worked my business, but I was like, and if I get 5 hosts to post up a day, I'm good. Okay. Right now, I'm pushing for 20 to 30 hosts to post up a day because I got a dang goal that we're going to hit. We're going to be in the winner's circle and I'm going to go presidential. And so I will do whatever it takes to make that happen. Okay. That's the point I'm at in my life right now. But each one of you guys is at different points in your life. And so you have to be able to adjust the business to fit where you're at in your life. Okay. Does anyone have any questions off of that? Because I'm going to check the chat because I know I was missing stuff in the chat. I love Angie said comparison is a mindset killer and does nothing but set you back. And that's absolutely true. That's why you don't play that comparison game, because all it's going to do is hold you back. It's not going to help you get ahead. Yep. And then Michelle said, everyone has different strengths too. Some might be really great at enrolling customers, but then struggle when it comes with enrolling distributors. Or you might be really great at enrolling distributors and suck when it comes to enrolling customers. Or you might be great at enrolling distributors, but you're not so great at training them and they all leave. Like, you know, guys, just because you enroll a bunch of customers, if you're not taking care of your customers, they're going to leave too. And then it doesn't matter if you mass enrolled a bunch of customers, because they're all going out the door and all you're doing is filling in all those gaps. So yes, absolutely. I love that, Michelle. And that's a great reminder for you guys. Alicia said self-doubt is a killer. Absolutely. Now we're talking about the microwave. Oh, Angie does have a recipe that you cook in the microwave. Okay, well, I guess I was wrong. I would be interested to see that recipe, Angie. Yep, you can't control if they process the dang carts, guys. You can try all you want. You can't control if they put the information in on those dang carts. Yes, and yeah, you know what, Alicia, I'm so glad that you said that, you guys, because if you're messaging, the absolute worst thing that they can do is block you, right? Like, so what? I was going through today trying to do some Heather messages, and I was like, oh, whoops. These people all blocked me. They were my customers. There's a bunch of them that had blocked me. But I was like, whatever. Like, I didn't even notice until I went to message them. So it's all right. Yeah. And so Steph, in talking about all the messages, Steph said that she sent 100 of the Heather messages, guys. The Heather message for our newbies, it's messaging your current customers and just asking them if they want to try out the gummies or the skinny tea, our 2 newest products, and offering that to them so that they can place a one-time order and try them out. So Steph messaged 100 and she got 2 orders. But guess what? We were freaking screaming and celebrating for those 2 orders, right? Because volume is volume, and we are always so excited to bring in the new volume, always. Yeah, and she said 100 last week and nobody ordered anything. So, okay. Yeah, and Alicia said, just set a timer and then you can send those 25 messages. I love that. I'm done talking about the lead PP. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Michelle said if there is, like, if you're having an issue seeing all the booms and you're like, I don't have a boom and it's messing with your head, mute. Do you guys know that you can mute your chat? You can mute specific chats or your entire chat on Messenger. So if you want to mute one person, like I have somebody who just drives me nuts and they message me all the time and it's just nonsense and we're not really friends. And so I just can't sometimes. And so if you just swipe over on Messenger, like on their message, not when you're in the message, just you're in the app and you swipe over on their message and then click those three dots or the three lines, and then you just select mute. And then when you mute, you can opt to mute for an hour, 8 hours, 24 hours, or until I turn back on. And so, so you do that. And then when you're in your main chat, like your main messenger, your picture's up at the top left. If you click on that, and then I think it's like a third of the way down, it says message notifications, click that. And then you can slide the button over and you can mute for 15 minutes, 1 hour, 8 hours until 8 a.m. or 24 hours. So every night before I go to bed, my chat is muted until 8 a.m. I will see what's going on in there, but I don't need it going off in the morning. It's too hectic trying to get Ivan ready for school and get Sean out the door for work. So I just want to be able to look at messages when I have time and not be stressed out by seeing things popping up that I'm not responding to. And then I turn it off for 24 hours when I take Sabbath. So Friday night, right before I go to bed, you know, I usually work up until I'm going to sleep on Fridays. So right before I fall asleep, I'll turn it off for 24 hours. And that's how I have no idea what's going on in Messenger. I've gotten really good. Guys, you want to know a secret? When I first started taking Sabbath, I would still open Messenger up and I would like look at the message previews. I wouldn't open them, but I would like look at the previews. But now I'm like, I don't even care. I don't open it. There's no such thing as an it works emergency. But yeah, you definitely can turn off the notifications if it's bothering you. I would recommend try turning it off for an hour and do some personal development. That's probably just going to help to reset your mindset and you're probably going to be fine. If it's really bothering you, go ahead and step away from it for a day, but you're going to miss out on all the goodness that's in the team chat also. So you got to kind of like weigh it out there and see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Send that to me, Angie, because that would be really, guys, if you guys don't know, like sugar is like my weakness. That is my downfall. Okay. That is, when I was doing keto full force, that was like the hardest part of it. I was like, no carbs, I'm fine with it. No sugar. So I'm actually very proud of myself that I didn't tell Ivan to save me any cookie dough, because that's like my 1000% week. That's my kryptonite is cookie dough. I know you're not supposed to eat it, but it just is what it is. Yeah. And then Kristen said, if you have an iPhone, you can also do notifications and then turn off Messenger and Instagram notifications in there. I actually completely log out of Instagram on my Sabbath. So I have zero idea what's going on in Instagram. I log out of Instagram and TikTok. Sometimes I log out of Facebook, but I don't always remember my Facebook password. So I don't log out of Facebook all the time because I don't want to have an issue with trying to get back in. Okay. All right. Yes, Alicia, I love that. There are less qualified people doing what you want to do, you guys. It's so much of it is in your mindset. So much of it is in your mind and what you do. Oh, hold on. Sean's texting me asking how long to cook the cookies. I mean, they were putting a batch in when I came back here, so that one's like, that one's going to be burnt. It said I had an unstable internet connection. Are we good? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. So 2 more things and then we're done for tonight. So I wanted to kind of, let me read this because I wrote this note to myself last night right before I fell asleep. Like I literally was falling asleep, sat up, rolled over and wrote this and I forgot to like maybe rewrite it. So let me make sense of it real quick because I know what I was thinking. Okay. Yes. Okay. So again, I'm not calling any one person out. You guys killed it yesterday and today. So, you know, I basically, guys, just keep the same momentum that you have today. I was thinking about it as I was falling asleep last night and I was like, you know, I think sometimes we get so into just going through the motions and we forget to have fun with this and we forget to be excited about it. When you first, like, go back for my veterans, go back to when you first started. How excited were you? There was so much possibility with this business. There was so much unknown. There was so much that you were going to learn. And it was just exciting because I don't know what I'm doing, but this is exciting and I'm going to make money. And we were all about like working as hard as we could, going as fast as we could. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of you guys came in with so much excitement. And then you get into the day to day and it kind of becomes mundane and you just start going through the motions. And I think it's, you know, I could I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like it's pretty easy to compare it to being like in a marriage, right? Like you're dating and every day is so awesome. And like Michelle said, you get giddy and you're excited and I can't wait to see him. And then, oh no, am I frozen again? Because nobody's freaking moving on my screen. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. Okay. I got something good to say. I don't want it to freeze on me. You guys are gonna have to sit there just like Alicia's doing move the whole time. But you know, like seriously, you guys, okay, let's just be real. All right. When you're dating your spouse, it's exciting and you like can't wait to see him again. And you like you're just so excited and you're telling everyone about him because he's just the best thing ever and all this stuff. And you just this is your fairy tale and you get married and it's just so awesome. And then like 2 years later, you're like, don't you want to go out with your friends or something so that I can have some time? And you kind of get into like this I don't, like I said, like just going through the motions, right? And then all of a sudden, like you realize, hey, I got to put some effort into my marriage if I want to still have those feelings. Of, like you can still have those feelings for your spouse and be excited about it. And yeah, Angie, I think we both got married around the same time because you're coming up on 5 years and so are we. And you can still have that excitement around it, but it requires putting a little more into it, right? Like you have to put a little more effort into it. You have to kind of become a little more thoughtful and not just sit back and let life happen. You have to kind of put that into the relationship, right? And I feel like the business is the same way. You come into it and you're so excited for every single yes, and you get giddy and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're telling everybody about it because this is going to be the best thing ever and you're going to change your life and this is just so amazing and you don't even understand and like you're just going on and on about it to anybody who will listen because your future is just going to be so amazing. And then you get into it and you just get like stuck in the mundane and you're just like going through the motions and you lost that luster and that excitement and that passion for what you're doing. And you got to get it back, guys. You got to get it back. You have to put, just like with your marriage, where you have to work at it and you have to put that work into it. You got to put the work into the business as well, because this business can be really, really fun if you let it. And it's like you'll hear Pam say, if it's not fun, she doesn't want to do it. And that should be your attitude with life. Like, obviously, there's some things like doing the dishes that aren't fun that have to be done. But I mean, that's why you do a fun job to make enough money to have somebody else come do your dishes, right? Or you just have kids and make them do it. But seriously, I hate cleaning my house. And that is, trust me, this year, I'm getting a house cleaner, okay? I have to go Prez to be able to justify it because that's just me. Like, I'm like, well, I have to like reward myself with something for going Prez, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to have someone come in and clean the house once a week. And like, obviously we'll pick up around that, but I don't want to scrub the toilets. I don't want to clean the counters. I don't want to scrub the stove. I want somebody else to do it because that's not fun. So the things that you don't think are fun, find the fun in the business and work hard and pay somebody else to do the things that aren't fun. If you don't like cutting your lawn, find somebody to do it, right? Obviously, you got to pick up the pace in your business if you want to be able to pay someone to do it. But I would much rather go find the fun things in the business and do those and pay somebody else to do something that I don't like to do than to just stay mundane in my business and have to do the things that I don't like to do. Does that make sense, you guys? So find the fun in it. And each and every one of you, and this is where it goes back to everyone's different. Like, I love host a post, and some of you guys hate host a post. Some of you guys are so mad at me that I make you do host a post. Some of you guys, whenever I say the word host a post, you want to punch me in the face because you're like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever had to do. But I love it, so I do it. So if you don't love host a post, I'm still going to ask you to do a few a day because it is going to make a difference in your business. But maybe you really love messaging. Girlfriend, get over on Instagram and you message your buns off. You talk to every single person over on Instagram. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of work to be done. But if it's fun, go do that. If you like doing TikTok, I don't like doing TikTok, but I do it because I know it's going to make my business grow. But if you love doing TikTok, then go spend all day on TikTok and go TikTok your heart out. Like, do you get what I'm saying? You guys find the thing that you enjoy and then just go crazy with it and go wild with it and have fun, because when you're having fun, your attitude towards the business is different. People can pick up on that energy and that attitude that you have about it. And that's what makes them want to join you, or that's what makes them want to come purchase from you. They see that you're passionate, they see that you're having fun, and they're like, I don't even know, guys, how many times have you heard top leaders talk about, when I got started, I was so excited, I didn't even know what I was doing. And I was just telling all my friends, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is so much fun. So you just got to come do it with me. And their friends all joined them, not even understanding what they were doing, because they were just so excited about it. When you're excited and happy about something, everybody wants a part of that. Everybody wants to be a part of that happy excitedness. That's why when you watch shows, I mean, look at like Friends is so iconic, right? But they were always having fun together. That's then everybody wanted to have a group of friends like that, right? You all wanted to have a life like that because it looked like they were always having fun together. And so you have to find those things that are fun for you, because that's what's going to attract people to you. Obviously, other aspects of you are as well, not just having fun. Each of us has something in our personality and in our life that's going to attract people to us. But the main part of this, guys, is you've got to have fun with it, because when you're having fun with it, everything just kind of falls into place. So I highly encourage you guys to get that thing, find that thing that is fun for you, get passionate about your business again. And guys, like, look, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. You guys know I'm always real with you, but I'm gonna be very real and transparent with you guys, okay? Last year was not an easy year on my marriage. It was not an easy year on my marriage. And it took us both taking and putting the effort back into the marriage, because we got complacent with our marriage. And I mean, nothing, like, no one was unfaithful or anything like that. I'm just saying we just got busy raising kids and working, and it's real easy to kind of lose that connection with your spouse. And so we had to both put an effort into it, right? Same thing with your business. You can get real lost in just like going through the motions, and you got to be able to put that spark and that excitement back into your business in order to have a thriving business. So I swear it must be, Angie. I think it's like, if you can make it to your 5-year anniversary, I think you can make it. Like, I feel like you can make it after that point. But that's you have to have the same idea with your business. And if you're not married, guys, just think about anything else. Like when you were younger and you got a new best friend, right? Like you met this person, it's like, oh my gosh, we're so similar. And this is so great because I think I've got like this new great friendship. And then all of a sudden it's like, we're BFFs and this is amazing. And I want to do everything with you. But then, you start, I don't know, you have a disagreement over something, or all of a sudden that them talking all the time is super obnoxious. And so you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter if it's marriage or friendship or whatever. In relationships, at some point or another, you kind of lose that excitement and the flame goes out. Exactly. And so it's the same concept with the business, you guys. You have to be able to put that spark and that excitement back into it. Okay. That's my, guys, you want to know how I wrote it when I was tired? Look at it's all, I don't think you can see, it's all in caps. I wrote the entire thing in caps lock. I did. I woke up like right as I was falling asleep. I was like, oh, I gotta talk about that. So, okay, let me just check chat real quick. And then I have one more quick thing for you guys. Geez, there's so much that goes on in the chat when I'm doing good, not reading the chat when I'm talking. Okay. Thank you. Yes, rut was the word I was looking for. You get stuck in a rut. Oh, Melissa, that's so cute. You guys are high school sweethearts. That's so cute. Oh, Alicia, that is so awesome. 17 years that is congratulations, girl. That is really, really awesome. Okay, yeah, Andrew, you guys are April, we're September. So you guys really are just almost at 5 years. So that's exciting, Angie. Michelle is at 17 years too. You guys, here I'm all proud of my 5 years. Look at you guys. You're making me feel like, oh man, I got a long ways to go. I got a lot of work to do still. Okay. I'm just kind of scrolling, guys. If there was something super important that I missed, throw it back in the chat. Um, wow, so Melissa, you and your husband have been together for 15 years and married for one. That's so cute. That's so cute. I know I'm the same, Alicia. I told Sean, I was like, because Sean jokes, he's like, I'm gonna probably die young because of all the stress for my job. And I'm like, you're not allowed to, okay? Because I will be that couple that's married for 50 years. Like, sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to stay away. You're gonna have to stay alive for a little while. Okay, so I just wanted to end tonight, you guys, with I was there for this. Oh, look at Jen, so cute. She's still a little newlywed too. Okay, don't listen to what I said. You guys are going to stay madly in love the whole time. You're not going to get tired of each other. Okay, so guys, I wanted to share with you. This is really, it's not very long. I guess I'm gonna have to start it over because I was listening to it earlier and I was like, dang, I forgot how good this was. I was actually able to be there live for this. So that was super awesome. This was my very first conference. I believe I didn't realize it at the time, but I think Joel and Stephanie went Black Diamond that year. So they got to give a Black Diamond speech and it was just so impactful. And I just was like, wow, I think that this would be so great for the team. So I really want you guys to hear this as well. Like I said, it's not real long, but I just encourage you guys, take a few minutes and like get rid of distractions and just listen to this because it's just so good. And for my newbies, get ready to have your mind blown. Black Diamond, in order to attain Black Diamond, you have to earn $100,000 a month for 6 months in a row, 6 consecutive months in commissions. Not sell 100,000, you earn $100,000 every single month for 6 consecutive months. So it's pretty impressive. There's very few Black Diamonds in the company, and they are one of them. So, okay. I'm glad to be back. It sounds that news from the news. That's kept me hanging around again.
Woo! Woo! I can't wait for you to be back in black. Whew. So that video was crazy, amazing. And I'm going to give you just a little bit more into our story. 6.5 years ago, we were, you look up here and you think, how they're so lucky. And we weren't so lucky. I was actually a widow. And Joel had lost his mom when he was 16. I was called a failure. I didn't do good in school. Joel was a little rebellious as well. And it was the beard. But we met, and we had all these odds against us. And I want you to know we fought through those times, and when we got together, some of the hardest moments came. I found the man that I wanted to be with and the father to my daughter. And we were working, and I thought, we're gonna have a perfect life. We got into this franchising, didn't work. And I just thought, this isn't what I want. I want to spend time with you. I want to have an extra dollar. I want to be able to give more. I want to give back. And when we found it, we were looking, it was such a dark place that we were in. We looked fine on the outside. And I just think, why me? Why I use somebody that isn't a good speaker. I actually practice, I am a good speaker. But I know that you're gonna be up here too, and you needed to hear that I'm just a regular person who worked really hard, fought through all those times. Standing in that food line made me have compassion and love for all of you. I understand what it's like just to live paycheck to paycheck or wanting more or robbing Peter to pay Paul. We get that, and when we found it works, it gave us hope. My first conference, I remember you in the way back, that was me. And because we found it worked with the vehicle, it completely changed our life because we took one chance to go for it.
So from Food Lines and bankruptcy 6 years later to Black Diamond, how do you do that? Through lots of failing. See, we were professional failures. We had done everything you could possibly imagine, and we kept failing. But the biggest difference was we were failing forward. We were learning as we were failing. So my hope for you is that you go out and you fail large, fail huge, fail your way to success. See, the only way to lose and the only way to not get to your goals and dreams is to quit. See, failure isn't the end. Failure is a process. Failure is a point in time. But quitting is who you are as a person. Do not quit on you. Do not quit on your family. Do not quit on your legacy. Do not quit on your downline. Do not quit on your upline. Because it is so much easier to go from failure to success than it is from quitting to success. Because this weekend, there's not going to be a single quitter that made it to this stage. And I know every single one of you can make it to this stage. See, God designed you to live with purpose and live by design. He didn't design you to live by default. See, when you're out there, don't just say, I am just a Ruby. I am just an executive. No, you are almost diamond. You are almost double. You are almost triple. You are almost black diamond. We don't serve a God of one or the other. We serve a God of both and more. And the moment that you believe that, the moment you are black diamond.
So like Joel said, how did we do this? And we have a little bit different perspective. Thank you, John Eric. This made me think of you. There was a man who was a shoe salesman in New York City, and he was doing really well with his business. He decided to branch out and open a factory in a small village in Africa. He sent all his developers and engineers over there, and everything was going as scheduled. One day, the shoe salesman wanted to see how the factory was doing, so he set out for Africa. He arrived in Africa and set out for the village. When he arrived, he noticed that nobody in the village wore shoes. Stunned, the man called back to New York and stated, "You're never going to believe this. Nobody around here wears shoes." Another man who was a shoe salesman in Los Angeles decided to branch out and open a factory in the same small village in Africa. He sent all his developers and engineers there and everything. Everything was going as scheduled. One day, the shoe salesman wanted to see how the factory's doing, so he sent out for Africa. He arrived in Africa. When he arrived, he noticed that nobody in the village wore shoes. Stunned, the man called back to Los Angeles and stated, "You're never going to believe this. Nobody around here wears shoes. Double the order." The point is that both shoe salesmen saw the same thing, that nobody was wearing shoes, but they had different You will see the same things here at One Conference, the same talks, the same panels, the same product announcements, the same promotions, the same everything. You may even be going back to the same village as people here. It's up to you how to react to what you see. Some will close yourself off. What a waste of time. Cancel the order. Well, our hope is you are open to this experience, and that was a life-changing double the order. The choice is yours.
So you couldn't read it. It said you are Black Diamond, but they have to put the IDS on everything now. So yes, yes, I will send that to the group chat so that you guys have access to that speech. It's just such a good speech. I totally forgot about it and it popped up. I went onto YouTube today while I was getting ready after I got out of the shower. And I was like, I gotta listen to something. Guys, if you're not taking advantage of when you're showering or driving, you need to be listening to personal development. That's all I do. So I was like, I gotta listen to something. And I scrolled like 3 times and I was like, oh my gosh, this speech was so good. I totally forgot about it. So, all right, you guys, that is all I have for you tonight. I'm gonna stop the recording. I will get this put up on YouTube.